Hi, I'm Dr. Elliot Adam from ElliotOracle.com. I'm also the author of the award-winning Fearless Tarot and the brand new Tarot in Love, Consulting the Cards in Matters of the Heart, which is out now from Llewellyn Books and really focuses on giving empowering relationship readings so that you can be fearless in love. It is time for this week's Oracle Reveal. So earlier today on Instagram, I placed up a photo of 3 different animals, and I asked you to use your intuition and just ask yourself which animal's calling to you, because that animal has your message. And the 3 animals were the falcon, the mouse, and the panda. So if you're just joining me now, ask yourself which animal's calling to you, because that animal has your message. So for those of you who picked the falcon, the card says act on the opportunity that's before you and commit to it without equivocation. And Falcon is all about its focus and its speed. And it could be a time where you want to stay really focused on your target, and you also might want to amp up the speed toward your target. If you're attracted to Falcon as well, this could be a time to follow your ambition and also to have perseverance over the obstacles that you might see in front of you. Whenever we see the Falcon too, it could just indicate that it's time to get clear about what you want so that you can strike after it. First card for Falcon is where it's best to place your focus this next week. And I love this little owl deck I got from one of my favorite witches, Willow. So thank you for this deck. But this is the Six of Cups card. And for the Falcon, the Six of Cups can indicate that it is time to make peace with the past. It might also be time to complete something from the past. There might be something that has been left unfinished and needs to come full circle. And the Six of Cups is all about bringing that resolution. Sometimes the thing that's distracting us from the thing that's in front of us is actually a past unresolved issue. And cups in the tarot, they have to do with that element of water, which often has to do with emotions and feelings. And so this could be a time for you, if you're attracted to Falcon, where you're resolving some old emotions so that you're clear and ready to act on this next chapter. Also, the Six of Cups can indicate that it's time to let go of emotional baggage that might be holding you back from your target. Next, we're going to go into advice from your inner wisdom if you pick the Falcon and we see the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is the card of in between. And it can indicate that you're going through this transitory time. You're not quite in your future yet. And you're certainly not in the past anymore. And so you're in this weird amorphous middle place. And so I almost feel like it's time to finish the job or come full circle with something that emotionally needs some resolution for you. Also, the Two of Swords can sometimes be a card of stalemate, or even making a truce with something that's been uncomfortable up until now. So even though you may not feel completely centered and completely confident with what's in front of you, these cards are really saying it's important to check within. It's important to make that time to review the past, come full circle with it, so that you're clear and ready to act with your future. But most importantly of all, with the Two of Swords, you need to be patient with yourself and patient with this process. You don't want to just beeline it and rush toward the goal. When we see that Two of Swords, it really says you're going to want to think before you act. And finally, the mythic archetype, which can help you with the situation if you pick the Falcon, is actually Pan. And Pan is a nature spirit. He's half man, half goat. And what he can really indicate is that your inner nature is calling you back home right now. It's important to remember who you really are when you're the most magical, when you're the most empowered. And Pan could be telling you to be free, to break away from old constraints. And also, if you're wondering about how to resolve the past, there is also a sense of maybe making peace with the part that's best about you in the past, completing the unfinished emotional issue, but then also getting back in touch with what makes you strongest and what makes you brightest. And finally, Pan is the one who plays the pan flute. And so this can indicate a time where you want to focus on music, levity, raising up the energy or the vibration around you right now instead of getting stuck in the mud. Next, we're going to go into the mouse spirit. And this card says you're overlooking some important details, so pay closer attention to what's going on. And Mouse is all about the details. It looks at things up close and personal. And Mouse reminds you the details do matter. I had to learn this for many years in music school that the details mattered so much. I was a big picture person. I could look at things in big, bold, broad strikes, but going into the nitty gritty, the littlest minute detail, it just annoyed me until I could make peace with it and then really enjoy that process of getting into something at the most infinitesimal amount and really enjoy it and look at it in a much closer way. If you're attracted to mouse, this could be a time where you're coming full circle by gathering the details and also allowing them to matter with what you're trying to accomplish. First card for mouse is where it's best to place your focus, and we get the world card. And the world is a card of coming full circle. It's a card of completion and graduation. And it indicates that you are ready right now to not just complete a chapter of your life, but to complete a whole volume. And when we see the world card, especially juxtaposed against the mouse, there could be the sense as well that the details are going to be what helps you complete what's in front of you. So if you've been going on the same cycle over and over and wondering, why am I not getting this breakthrough? It might be because you're overlooking some important details, or that you need to just buckle down and get those details taken care of. The advice from your inner wisdom, if you pick the mouse, is actually the Ten of Pentacles. And this is a card of stability, but also legacy. It really says that the details are going to count for you with building your legacy. Seeing to the details now will have ramifications positively for the coming years. And the Ten of Pentacles is all about making those preparations for your future success. It's also a card of community, home, family sometimes. And what this could really indicate as well is that you're needing to pay attention to the details as concerns the people closest to you right now. Not just accept something maybe on the surface, but really to go a little bit more incisively and deeper into what issues might be below the surface. And the mythic archetype that's going to help the mouse is actually the Gorgon. And she's saying that you may not be able to face the details head on because there's just so many of them. They might paralyze you or turn you to stone. And so what you might want to do is use something as a buffer to reflect on the detail or to illuminate a detail that you might be overlooking. One way you can use that reflection is through tarot cards or through journaling or through some other practice that really helps you look at your problem from a more distant or reflective perspective instead of directly at it. And then finally, we got the Panda spirit. And this card says, create a sacred space for yourself in your home or place of work. And Panda is all about the sacred space. This could be a time when you really want to look around at your own environment and ensure that it's supporting you spiritually, emotionally. What kind of colors are you attracted to right now? Is it cluttered? Is it time to clean things up a bit? It's important to take care of your space because it really does reflect your headspace. First card for Panda is where it's best to place your focus, and we actually get the Page of Wands. And this is a card of aspiration, and whenever I see this card, I think of the word talent. So for Page of Wands, for the Panda, this could be a time when you are really cultivating a more sacred space of which to really express your talents in. It could also indicate that you're going to find that you're growing something really important this next week and that you're going to want to really invest in those talents and be supported in that environment as you're expressing them. Second card is going to be advice from your inner wisdom. And we got the Seven of Pentacles, which is often a card of patience in the tarot. And what this can really indicate for you is that you need to be patient with the process that's in front of you right now. It's still needing some development. It's still needing some time. And having that environment to help you with that is going to be wonderful. But I just feel like whatever talent it is that you're trying to push ahead on, it just needs a little bit more time to cultivate. And yes, it needs patience, which is everybody's least favorite word to hear, but which is really going to help you in the long run. And the mythic archetype that's going to help you if you pick the Panda is actually Aries. And Aries can tell you you may be acting too impulsively. You might also be getting frustrated with the details or the thing that's in front of you. And yet what you're needing to do is calm down. Be patient. Don't rush the process. It might also be a time where you're feeling some angst to be successful. And yet just slow down. It will all come to be at its appropriate time. And that is this week's Oracle. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can always schedule a one-on-one tarot session with me at elliotoracle.com. Otherwise, I hope you all have a safe and happy week, and I will see you again here next week, so do take care.